Hello everyone, we are section 4. Today we're going to present about pembrolizumab plus chemotherapy in metastatic non-small cell lung cancer. The objective of this study is to compare the combination of Pemetrexed and a platinum-based drug plus either pembrolizumab or placebo in patients with non-squamous non-small cell lung cancer with any level of PD-L1 expression. The methods, we are going to focus in the inclusion criteria. First, the patient has to be 18 or more years of age. The next one, metastatic non-squamous non-small cell lung cancer without sensitizing EGFR or ALK mutations. Next, no previous systemic therapy for metastatic disease. Next, ECOG performance status score of 0 or 1. And next, at least one measurable lesion according to RECIST, and provided a tumor sample for determination of PD-L1 status. This is a double-blind phase 3 trial, and the randomization was stratified according to PD-L1 expression or tumor proportion score more than or equal to 1% versus less than 1%. Choice of platinum-based drug, cisplatin versus carboplatin. Smoking history, never versus former or current.
From the trial design is a randomization from 2 to 1 from total samples 570 divided into two groups. First group is carboplatin and cisplatin and Pemetrexed plus our new drug, and with the samples 380 samples, and the other group is carboplatin, cisplatin and Pemetrexed with saline as a placebo for 190. And after the trial run, if there are any bad outcome occur, the treatment can be shifted from placebo to our new drug and then follow up after that. For the primary endpoint, first one is overall survival, which means the time from randomization to the death from any cause. And progression-free survival or PFS is start from the time from the randomization to disease progression. For secondary endpoint, response rate is a percentage of patients with confirmed complete or partial response. And the duration of response is the time from the first documented complete or partial response to disease progression or death. And last secondary endpoint is safety. For the statistical analysis, the efficacy was assessed in intention to treat population, and safety was assessed in the as treated population. The Kaplan-Meier method were used to estimate overall and progression-free survival, and the hazard ratios were used stratified cost proportional hazard model and Efron's method. For the statistical analysis, the performance of two interim analyses and final analysis were performed as in order to eliminate the type 1 error. So the interim analysis first time is done when the PFS occurred for 370 events, and the interim analysis for second time is done when there are PFS occur in 468 events. And last one is a final analysis is done when there are OS occur in 416 events.
This is the result of the trial. At first, we had 965 patients to enter for screening to enter this trial. And then we divide into two groups in the ratio 2:1. 2 is for the treatment, which is pembrolizumab, and 1 is for the placebo. Finally, we remain 137 in the treatment using pembrolizumab. They discontinued the drug because of some adverse effect, the radiographic progression, the critical progression or patient decision. And for the placebo group, there remain 36 patients in this treatment. The reason for discontinue the drug is the same as the drug group. For the demographic is well balanced between pembrolizumab and placebo. For the first primary outcome is the overall survival. The first graph shows that the median, which is the survival patient at 50%, show that when we draw the graph from 50% and it reach the graph, it shows that placebo is in 11.3 months and is not reached for the pembrolizumab combination. So the hazard ratio is 0.449. So we can conclude that the pembrolizumab is better than placebo, 51%. Then the researcher do the subgroup analysis, and it showed that pembrolizumab still better than placebo. Okay, this is still the subgroup analysis. The first group is tumor proportion score less than 1%. The second group is tumor proportion score between 1 to 49%. And the last group is tumor proportion score equal or more than 50%. These three subgroups show that pembrolizumab still better than placebo.
For the result of progression-free survival, our drug is pembrolizumab has a median progression-free survival like 8.8 months, like compared with the placebo that has a median progression-free survival 4.9 months, and the hazard ratio is 0.52, which is the placebo is better than our drug on progression-free survival. For the subgroup analysis, progression-free survival, we sub like 8, 6, and EG, OG, smoking status, brain metastatic, and baseline PD-L1 tumor progression score, and we found that it's all more significant except the age more than 65 years and the PD-L1 tumor progression score less than 1% is not significant. And for the result that we subgroup the tumor progression score less than 1%, the hazard ratio is 0.75, and the tumor progression score 1 to 49%, the hazard ratio is 0.55, and the tumor progression score more than 50%, the hazard ratio is 0.36, meaning that when the tumor progression score like more than 55, the result of our drug is better. For the adverse event of any cause that happen to the population, we found that the other event like
nausea, anemia, and fatigue is happened on pembrolizumab and placebo, but the define of the event, which is the diarrhea and rash, is occur on our drug, which is pembrolizumab. And this is the other adverse event. For the conclusion, in the patient with metastatic non-small cell lung cancer without sensitized EGFR or ALK mutation, when we add the pembrolizumab to induction therapy with the Pemetrix and the platinum-based drug to Pemetrix maintenance therapy, result significant longer overall survival and the progression-free survival. There is a higher response rate than additional of the placebo at the first interim analysis. So the survival benefit for pembrolizumab combination therapy was observed across all categories of PD-L1 expression. Thank you so much for your attention. Yay! Yay!